Pavel Benito in studio, and they're going to tell us why this is so important to our health. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. Happy day to the both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I love the title, Kim, the Walkability Institute. I mean, it itself is inspiring and everything like that, but tell me, what is the whole purpose of it?
So the Walkability Institute, its objective is to improve our environment for walking, just for our island. We are actually having the Walkability Institute, which is going to be a 2-day workshop where we're bringing in different stakeholders and partners, including the different agencies and community organizations, and we've even invited some of our elected officials to come in and discuss, learn, and to create an action plan to improve walkability on Guam.
Just the act of walking around, improving circulatory health, moving around, stretching out and everything like that. Because are you finding, either of you can jump in as you wish, based on that survey that was done and everything like that, we live in an area where there's so much technology, everybody's on their phones, everybody's being couch potatoes on the time. That is starting to have a very detrimental effect on our well-being.
Right. Our numbers are quite alarming. I think we've got our high school students who need to become more active, and so this actually is a multi-sector approach. We are actually bringing in Centers for Disease Control, health advisors, an urban design engineer who has worked with the Virgin Islands and Kauai and other states in the U.S. To look at the walkability. And so we studied, are there sidewalks on some of our streets? Are there dogs, lights, shade trees? And so what would be some of the successes that already exist here on Guam, and what would be some of the challenges that we could overcome? We're looking at also not just from a health perspective, but we'd like to, from an economic perspective, socially and environmentally, how could we reduce the emissions possibly and get more cars off the road and more bodies or bicycles on the road safely?
Oh, that's interesting. So this project actually has a much larger scope than I even thought.
Yes. So
initially and probably naively, I was assuming it's about getting people like active, more, exercise and everything. But like you said, I mean, some people can say, I'm not very motivated to walk because there aren't that many places to walk. I mean, it's a social event. You can get out, get some fresh air, have nice flowers and everything like that, which is, promotes mental health and everything. But if there aren't that many places, why would you do so, right?
And we don't want it to just be you walk when you have to exercise. If there's purposeful walking, like if you had sidewalks that led to banks or stores or the post office or maybe safe routes to school, we'd see more kids riding their bikes or walking to school.
And most places on Guam are within, the very small constrained place where you can walk, you can go to a bank, you can find a school, you can find like a place to eat. Just curiously, did you happen to take a look at like how Portland is doing it? I'm just thinking, because Portland is known as a walking and biking community.
Yes. We didn't specifically look at Portland, but Mark Fenton, who will be the urban design engineer who will lead the walkability audit we're going to be conducting as part of the Institute, he will have us teleconferenced in the individuals from Kauai who actually completed theirs, and we're going to see what they're doing in their neck of the woods. And it's probably more similar to the environment here, so we're using Kauai as an example for what we could become.
This is fantastic. Okay, so what more work lay ahead? Because obviously, like you do the survey, you get the data, you maybe write up a report, and now you've organized like an event like this. But what is the roadmap from here on in?
So a big part of it is getting these different representatives from the different groups to stay involved and to participate and implement whatever actions they feel is necessary to improve walkability. And we do have a little bit of funding to support these projects, but working with them is a key part of going forward with improving walkability.
And then do you then take this, Marie, to GovGuam? Do you go federal and just say, okay, well, we've come up with this, we see what we need. Obviously, there's funding that may have to go into this if you have to build like, designated trails and signage and all that stuff and everything.
EPA, we've got most of the government agencies we've tapped on, and we've done an orientation and a webinar ahead of this institute. The CDC will provide a little bit of money to help implement the programs, but it's more for a pop-up project. And by that we mean, we understand that we're not going to be able to put up sidewalks immediately, but maybe we could use mulch or Cascal, gravel. And from there, we look at how many people are actually coming to use it. And once we have the buy-in, we go for the bigger bucks.
And would this also be applicable maybe like in people that are planning residential areas? Because you were going to say, okay, if you have like maybe even like a cul-de-sac, or you have like a full-on residential community, like, you know, like Paradise Estates up in Jigo and everything like that, you want to kind of design walkability within, you know, between houses, maybe like a designated walking path or something like that. Give those people something to think about.
That would be the ideal. Yeah, so everybody, before they construct new roads or developments, that they have walking in mind.
This is fascinating. How can we, as the community, and you know, somebody like me, somebody that knows next to nothing about this, but I am interested because, you know, this would definitely make our community better. What can we do to assist you, to get involved, or, you know, to participate?
I think maybe if you find an area in your village that you'd love to create a walking park. Many people walk at Paseo or other areas, but closer to home, tap on your mayors and encourage your mayors to get involved, because we've invited every mayor. Most of them will be able to attend. Some of them can't make it for one reason or other. But we'd love for everybody to encourage their elected officials to consider.
Okay, and are there any online resources that people can check out for you? Do you guys have like a Facebook page or an Instagram feed where people can check out if they'd like more information?
We did have created a Facebook page that they can access. Right now it is a closed group, but if you would like to contact me, and I could go ahead and share that as a resource.
Okay, that's totally cool. And where can people contact you at?
Do I just,
Yeah.
oh, my number is 858-7896, or you can reach me at my email address, krdolores@outlook.com.
Okay.
And I'm very open.
Or maybe even to prove the concept and everything, people can go walk to you and go ask questions.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thereby completing the cycle. Well, thank you very, very much, ladies. It's a fascinating project.
you.
And come back anytime. We'd love to hear how you guys are progressing with this.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Please stay tuned.